Right, hello everybody. It's Easter, and I'm sure that I can be talking about Easter and give some views on that. But this isn't really Easter vlog because I'm going to say this. What I am going to do though is I'm going to talk about UK game shows or game shows from around the world, because basically I absolutely enjoy game shows. And probably one thing that I love when they do the weird and wacky game shows. Now, I don't mean weird and wacky that they always have to be like Takeshi's Castle, because that is weird and wacky. But I mean a game show based on something that you don't expect, like for instance, around the world you've got all these different countries, and many of them, I mean, I used to watch Family Fortunes in Germany. Now that was weird. I mean, literally, I don't know why I did, but on basically Sky, there used to be a channel, Sat 1 or something, German channel, and I'd flick over and they'd be like their version of Family Fortunes. I think it's Family Feud in America, but my God, it was so weird because you're thinking to yourself, whatever would the question be, and you just wouldn't know the answer. All in German, so I wouldn't have a clue what they were on about, and all that. And it was just weird. Very, very weird. And it's not only that, but there's other things and bits and pieces that basically come into it as well. I mean, but sometimes you get these great game shows that come over, like, from other countries. I mean, sadly, we don't always create the game shows. I mean, like for instance, when you watch something like Supermarket Sweep, and we tend to watch certain game shows, and then all of a sudden people go, oh, that come from America first, so the Americans invented it, we just happen to do our own version of it, which is a little bit sad in a way, because, you know, I think we British can, but then we have developed our own games over the years. The latest one that has just been finished is Anti-Deck Push the Button, which is a weird game show, but it's a very, very good game show that was devised. I do believe we could have been, I think we were the first one to do Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Generally though, we create them, they go around the world, and then people sort of take them as their own. I mean, you know. And sadly though, in America, they don't always get the presenters that we get. I mean, yeah, I understand that different countries would have different presenters, but it would be nice if they could do it where they had presenters that was able to record and film in, like, other countries. Specifically, if it was Australia and America, I'd like that, or even Canada. English-speaking countries like that would be brilliant if the shows were going on air and they could have the British presenters. If they're basically based on a British built thing, so it'd be nice to go and get Who Wants to Be a Millionaire around the world in, like, Australia, Canada and America, and then have, like, Chris Talent going to present it, because it would make it all the more interesting. The Americans, the ones they do get is bloody Weezy Slink, and poor old Anne Robinson. I feel sorry for you, the Americans, because she's not my favourite thing. I mean, I think she needs to take down a peg or two when people are on that programme, because I can't stand her. But I very much like Challenge TV. It's a game show channel on thing, and we watch all the old game shows. They basically show game shows from like the 80s and the 90s. Not too many of the 60s and the 70s ones, but they do generally show episodes of game shows, mostly from the late, roughly from the late 80s. I mean, you'll guarantee that they'll show any episode of some game shows from like 1986 to something like 2006. 2007. They don't show too many of the modern ones that have just been out, but they do show a lot of, but in years to come they start showing them, because you'll think you've never seen this game show before on Challenge TV, then all of a sudden it's brand new, because obviously they want to, but that's what they do. Challenge TV generally show lots of game shows, mostly from the last sort of like 25 years. Episodes here and there. They've got Supermarket Sweep on there, Family Fortunes, and The Crystal Maze. I loved that programme. that was a pretty devised one, but that was an interesting one. You have to do all these tasks, and and that skill, physical, mental, and things like that. And you had 4 different zones, and then you would go out and basically try and win a crystal if you got to do them. You used to do at least 3 to 4 crystals per. Well, try and get 3 to 4 crystals per zone, so it meant you would go and do like 3 or 4 tasks in each zone. And the more crystals you got, the more time you got in the big dome. They're trying to get as many gold as silver, and the more gold you got, so if you've got 100 gold or more, you'd win. So technically you would have to try and get a lot of gold. I mean, if you've got 35 gold and only 15 silver, you won it because of the scoring point. But if you were going in there and you got something like 110 gold, but ended up with about 50 silver, you lost, right? I think we've had Strike It Lucky, Strike It Rich with Michael Bauer. I think that might have been a British based devised of a program, and that where you had to answer questions based on a certain topic, i.e. names beginning with R, and they give you'd ask them whether you want 2, 3 or 4, and then you have to go from one end to the other, press a screen, and then basically on the screen you would get a prize come up or a hotspot. If you had a prize, you'd have the choice of whether you want to keep the prize or move on. If you move on, you get whatever comes on the next screen. If it was a hotspot, you lose the prize, and then the next person would go, and it was usually three teams. And it was the first one to get to the end, and then they answer a question, and well, you have the choice of a holiday or going on for the big thing. And if they go for the big thing, they answer a question. If they get it right, they have the chance to go for the big thing. They have to go through from one end to the other at the end, and they have to do what it basically. They have the choice. They have to say top, middle, or bottom, and whatever ones they pick. If it's an arrow, they go on to the next one. If it's a question, they have to answer a question, and if they get it right, they go on. If they don't get it right, then they get a hot spot, and if they get more than they have the choice of going for 2, 3 or 4 hot spots. Basically, the 2 hot spots means you get more money if you win. So they do that, and then if you get any more than 3 hot spots, so if you have 1, 2 and then another hot spot, you lost, basically, and then it would go, so that was an interesting one. But 3 game shows that I think we've devised in this country that basically, and this is it, this is the one that actually piss all over any of the game shows that is possibly even remotely out there, and that is, first of all, Bullseye, because who would ever think about creating a darts game? Well, it's happened, so yeah, Bullseye, yeah, and Big Point, snooker. So we've got snooker and darts, both game shows based on. And the other one that I should end off with is I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, because it's just a great show, great game show basically, or it's a bit like, I would say a game show. I would say, even though some people might disagree with me, it's a game show basically where loads of celebrities. It could be any celebrity, but normally they are D stars or Z stars as people class them. I class them as various. I mean, it depends who goes into it. They represent them basically. Well, actually, no. What we'll do, we'll talk about it. I'll leave it there, and I'll do a blog about I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of It, so you know a little bit more about it if you've never seen it and how good of a show it basically is. So we'll leave it there. But game shows, don't you just love them? Yeah. Maybe I should be a game show host. I could try and be my cheery self, get on there and say, you could be a winner tonight. Matthew Waters's game show. Yeehaw! Yeah. Country game show. Country music. Everything based on country music. You win the chance to visit the Grand Ole Opry. We will leave it there, so bye bye.